The devotional for today, January 4th, is Which Voice Will You Hear? Moses sent 12 of the leaders of the tribes of Israel to explore the Promised Land. After exploring for 40 days, they returned. The entire congregation was anxiously waiting to hear what these 12 leaders had to say. They told Moses, "We came to the land to which you sent us. Surely it flows with milk and honey, and this is its fruit." Can you imagine the excitement building among the congregation as these 12 leaders showed them the fruit they had brought back from the land? Just as God promised, the land was rich and fertile. They brought back pomegranates and figs from the trees, and a single cluster of grapes that was so large it took 2 men to carry it on a pole between them. At long last, their waiting was over. Soon they would be enjoying the fruit of the land and the blessings that God had promised them. The leaders continued, "But the people who dwell there are strong, and the cities are fortified and very large. Moreover, there we saw the sons of Anak, of great stature and courage." At this report, fear began to spread among the Israelites, and they began to express their fears and concerns. But Caleb encouraged the people and said, "Let us go up at once and possess it. We are well able to conquer it." The remaining 10 leaders said, "We are not able to go up against the people of Canaan, for they are stronger than we are." They began to spread a negative report that the land was full of giants and that it was a land that devours its inhabitants. At this point, the people had heard 3 voices: the voice of God, the voice of faith, and the voice of unbelief. God had spoken to them through Moses. He had promised to give them this land. He had promised to drive out their enemies before them. He had told them to go in and take possession of the land. No further discussion or consideration was necessary. All that was necessary was for them to hear the voice of God and in simple faith obey. They heard the voice of faith. Caleb had said, "We are well able to conquer it." He and Joshua pleaded with the people not to rebel against God. They also heard the voice of unbelief. The remaining 10 leaders had said, "We are not able." God's people had a choice: to listen to the voice of God and the voice of faith and obey, or to listen to the voice of unbelief and rebel against God. Which voice will you listen to? So make this declaration after me: I will not listen to the voice of unbelief. I will listen only to the voice of God and act in faith upon what He says. Our scripture reading is Exodus 13:21 and 22, and it says, "And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people."